I am not here to offer you simple comfort or a gentle word. The Lord has commanded me, Archangel Michael, to deliver an urgent, fire-forged message directly to your soul. A message so critical that your financial future and the destiny of your bloodline hangs on your immediate attention. The devil is attempting to lure you into a false sense of peace, trying to confuse your spirit with endless noise and distraction, because he knows what is scheduled to happen at 9 p.m. tonight. He wants you to scroll past this divine lifeline, to treat this sacred moment like mere entertainment, thereby forfeiting the greatest financial breakthrough assigned to your name. God says, open your heart and focus now, for this is your moment of divine protection and profound, tangible wealth. The prophetic warning and the last window of opportunity. You should be ready to get a large sum of money within the next 2 days at the latest. Get ready for this unexpected gift. Because of this, you will feel an incredible amount of comfort, which will then make you feel an incredible amount of happiness throughout your body. You can show your love and gratitude by giving up to $100. This is the final non-negotiable warning from the highest court of heaven. If you scroll away now, the $55,000 transfer scheduled for 9 p.m. will be instantly and irrevocably redirected. Do not underestimate the gravity of this divine clock. My beloved child, the moment your eyes fell upon this message, a celestial alarm sounded in the spirit realm. I, Archangel Michael, who stands eternally ready with the sword of truth, was commissioned to deliver this word with absolute clarity and urgency. You have been chosen for an immediate, staggering financial deliverance. Do not dismiss the number I speak, for it is not a suggestion nor a motivational phrase. It is a sealed, written decree from the throne. You will receive $55,000 at exactly 9 p.m. tonight. This figure is your divine recompense, the restoration for years of unseen struggle, the answer to prayers whispered in the darkest hours. This is the moment where the spiritual treasury opens specifically for you. You may be sitting in confusion, surrounded by debt, looking at an empty bank account, and your logical mind screams, impossible. This is too much. It cannot be real. But your logic is rooted in earthly limitation, while this message descends from limitless, eternal power. This is the first and most critical test of your faith. Can you believe for a miracle that exceeds your capacity to achieve? Can you accept a blessing that dwarfs your current reality? The forces of darkness are depending on your doubt to cancel this transaction. They are whispering into your ear, using the voices of past disappointments to tell you that this is a trick, a lie, a delusion. But I stand here to declare, every word is true, sealed by the hand of the Almighty. Listen closely, for the condition is severe and the timing is precise. The forces arrayed against your prosperity are not small. They are organized, ancient, and they despise the thought of you walking in abundance. They have watched your struggles, they have fed on your lack, and they know that this single transfer, this $55 million, is enough to break their generational hold over your family forever. They know that this wealth is tied to your calling, not just your comfort. It is the fuel for your destiny. Because of this, they have been granted one final window to disrupt the flow, your conscious disregard of this message. When the Lord says, do not ignore this, He is not being manipulative. He is recognizing the spiritual law of agreement. Heaven never forces a blessing. It requires your alignment, your attention, and your unwavering yes. If you treat this sacred warning as disposable, if you allow yourself to be pulled away by a trivial notification, a sudden urge to check something else, or a paralyzing wave of skepticism, you are spiritually saying, no, I am not ready. And at that moment, the angelic transfer team, poised to release your blessing, will be commanded to redirect the wealth. It will not evaporate. It will be given to another soul who, at this very second, is positioned in faith, waiting for an unexpected overflow. The Archangel Michael is not simply warning you. I am pleading for your 1 minute of absolute, undistracted focus, because I stood guard over your soul last night. I saw the scrolls of judgment and realized that the enemy had deployed a high-level distraction team aimed at keeping you busy and numb today. You were not supposed to feel the weight of this word. You were meant to wake up tired, confused, and overwhelmed, focusing only on mundane problems, thereby blinding you to this celestial appointment. But God's intervention was greater. I stood at your bedside at 3:44 a.m. and cut the energetic cord of exhaustion and confusion they tried to plant. You opened your eyes with enough clarity to find this exact message. This is not coincidence. This is commanded destiny. Understand the nature of this number: $55,000. It is a financial decree, yes, but it is also a prophetic code. The number 5 is the number of grace, and when it is multiplied and echoed, it signifies grace multiplied, a supernatural favor that cannot be explained by earthly effort or merit. You are about to walk into an era of grace so profound that every person who mocked your faith will be silenced by the sheer, unexplainable evidence of your life transformation. Your deliverance is not a gradual process. It is an immediate shift. The pain you have endured was not a sign of abandonment, but a preparation. You have been in the spiritual furnace, and the intense pressure was designed to burn off the fear, the doubt, and the reliance on your own strength. Now that you are spiritually refined, God can entrust you with this magnitude of wealth, knowing that you will use it for your divine assignment and not for reckless consumption. Tonight at 9 p.m., a window opens. It is a literal, tangible moment in time when the spiritual transaction is slated to move into the physical realm. You must not be distracted. You must not be arguing. You must not be entertaining doubt. You must be in a state of solemn, expectant reception. This is not a time for logic. This is a time for courageous, radical faith. Your agreement is the key that unlocks the celestial vault. I stand here, Michael, with my sword blazing, not as a threat, but as your protector. I am begging you for this minute of focus, because I know what happens if you receive this, and I know the regret that follows if you forfeit it. Do not let the enemy trick you out of your destiny. Do not allow your past poverty to negate your future promise. The money is real. The promise is sealed. The time is now. Your act of faith is the final step in the chain of command. God has decreed it. The archangels are executing it. And your heart's yes is the final permission slip for the financial abundance to land. This is the moment your life changes forever. Receive this word with reverence, with joy, and with a confident knowing. Write Amen if you receive this urgent prophetic word and accept the $55,000 transfer scheduled for 9 p.m. tonight. The enemy plans something, the hidden curse and the angelic intervention. Listen to the sound of my voice now, for the darkness believes it has already defeated you. I, Michael, declare that a specific, dark ritual was performed against you 2 days ago to block this money. But God has already sent 3 angels to destroy the spell before 9 p.m. Child of light, the enemy's intelligence network is sophisticated, but the intelligence of heaven is sovereign. You are not fighting a blind battle. Your adversaries, not just spiritual entities but human proxies who harbor deep envy for your future, were fully aware of the colossal breakthrough that was scheduled for your life today. They sensed the vibration of the $55,000 ascending toward you, and that recognition fueled their desperation. I must reveal the hidden warfare now, so you can stand guard in the next critical hours. 2 days ago, while you were perhaps consumed by mundane worries or fighting a sudden, unexplainable wave of sadness or exhaustion, a specific woman, one who watches you silently, one you may have even helped in the past, took your name to a dark place. She consulted a psychic, an oracle of confusion, not to understand her own life, but to actively plot the demise of yours. Her instruction was clear: to block your impending financial elevation. The dark force she consulted warned her, This soul is about to rise beyond imagination. If she receives this wealth, your power over her generation ends. In that moment of malice, she performed a ritual, a pathetic attempt to reverse the divine decree. She took your name, which is written in the book of life, and placed it under a cursed bowl of stagnant cold water. The dark ritual was intended to drown your favor, to cool the fire of your destiny, and to ensure that when the 9 p.m. window opened, your name would be spiritually obscured, making the $55 million land elsewhere. Her intention was to steal your joy, your opportunity, and ultimately, your inheritance. But what the enemy does not know, and what this woman, this human vessel of envy, does not comprehend, is that her every move is watched, and her every whisper is recorded by the vigilant armies of heaven. I, Archangel Michael, saw her hand as she performed the ritual. I saw the cheap trinkets and the dark energy she invoked, and before her words could settle in the atmosphere, I had already dispatched 3 high-ranking seraphim to intercept and dismantle her curse. They did not just deflect the attack, they destroyed the spell at its root. They shattered the bowl of cursed water, and the very energy she sought to deploy against you has now recoiled, returning to its sender. This is why you must remain alert. The physical manifestation of her spiritual defeat may occur in the next few hours. She will experience sudden, unexplainable chaos, and the access she once had to your energy will be severed forever. You see, the battle for your prosperity is not merely about money. It is a battle for your spiritual freedom. The enemy fears this $55 million not for its economic power, but for the freedom it represents. Freedom from debt, freedom to fulfill your calling, freedom to finally walk in your true identity as a child of the King. This is why the attack was so personalized and so immediate. Your part in this war is simple but profound. Stay in absolute, unwavering alignment. Do not allow the residual energy of her attack, which may manifest as fleeting thoughts of inadequacy, sudden fear, or a desire to abandon this message, to break your focus. The enemy is now relying on you to doubt what I am telling you. If you allow yourself to be distracted, if you tell yourself this is just a story, you are re-empowering the very curse that was just broken in the spirit. I, Michael, am begging you for your 1 minute, not because I am weak, but because I need your agreement to fully anchor the victory on earth. The heavenly transfer team has done its part. The curse is broken. The funds are cleared. Now, you must stand firm and declare that you receive this protection and this wealth. This is your last window to solidify your position before the 9 p.m. financial coronation. When you look at your life, you can now trace the sudden, unexplainable attacks back to this single, envious source. The arguments you couldn't explain, the sudden breakdowns, the financial setbacks that felt personal, they were all part of a strategy to keep you under a veil of lack. But that veil has been ripped open. The 3 angels are standing guard at your 4 corners right now, declaring that the time for silence and suffering is over. Your name has been cleared in the spirit courts. Do not be afraid of the malice of your enemies. Be emboldened by the power of your protector. God saw your quiet faithfulness, your willingness to help others, even while you were secretly suffering. That pure heart is your greatest asset, and it is the magnet attracting this colossal blessing. The enemy's plan failed, and now their failure is becoming the evidence of your divine promotion. Before you proceed, strengthen your faith with a visible act of agreement. If this message has brought clarity, and you choose to fully receive this angelic protection, show your commitment to your destiny and the reality of this divine transfer. Write "I am aligned" in the comments, and if the Spirit compels you to seal this word with an offering of faith and gratitude, consider clicking the Super Thanks button below to send $100 and affirm that you are ready to receive the full financial blessing of $55,000 by 9:12 p.m. Spiritual surveillance. Who is spying on you? And the exposure of envy. Beware, beloved. Your miracle is under constant surveillance. There is a woman, a silent watcher, who always appears when your breakthrough is near. She is a spiritual spy, but tonight, I am permanently cutting her energetic cord to your destiny. I, Michael, the warrior of light, must now expose the subtle but devastating form of warfare aimed directly at your peace and your prosperity. The spiritual attack is not always a sudden catastrophe. Often, it is a slow, insidious surveillance designed to confuse and delay your manifestation. You have been watched. There is a specific person, a silent figure in your periphery, who has been reading your energy, anticipating your rise, and attempting to confuse your destiny right before the $55,000 is transferred. This is not by coincidence. This individual, let us refer to her as the Monitor, has a subtle, almost psychic connection to your energetic path. She knows when you are about to receive something monumental. Have you noticed how, just when a great opportunity arises, or you feel a wave of hope, she suddenly texts you a strange message, appears out of nowhere, or starts a meaningless, time-consuming conversation? That is the subtle intrusion of surveillance, designed to plant a seed of chaos and divert your focus from the divine timeline. The Monitor's goal is to steal your inheritance through misdirection and energetic drain. She speaks to you with superficial sweetness, offering empty compliments, but behind your back, she mocks your struggles and attempts to plant seeds of confusion about your calling. She has tried to make you believe that she was meant to receive the blessings that belong to you. Her strategy is to keep you small, distracted, and perpetually feeling guilty for wanting more. I, the Archangel, reveal this to you now because God requires that every obstacle be removed before the 9:01 p.m. transfer. Recently, this Monitor had a conversation with two other individuals. They gathered and laughed about a situation you know nothing about, showing them your picture and declaring to them that you were walking into a financial trap. They celebrated your expected failure, foolishly believing they had sealed your fate. But they did not know that heaven was listening. I recorded every word, every gesture of mockery, and every plan to ensnare you. Now, their spiritual exposure is imminent. This is not a human act of revenge. This is a divine act of justice. As you continue to read this word and align your heart with the $55 million blessing, the Monitor's connection to your path is being severed permanently by my sword. You will feel an immediate shift, a lightness, a sudden clarity, a break in the heavy, oppressive feeling that has sometimes shadowed your joy. That is the proof that the spiritual spy network over your life is collapsing. God declares that their access to your energy ends tonight at exactly 9 p.m., the very hour of your financial elevation. The light that is about to descend upon you will be so brilliant that no darkness, no petty surveillance, no envy-fueled mockery can withstand it. The Monitor will no longer have a read on your soul. They will be confused, disoriented, and will have to watch in silence as you ascend to heights they cannot even comprehend. Your pain and confusion were not random. They were the consequence of being constantly monitored by envious eyes. Every time you tried to rise, a subtle energetic leash pulled you back. But the Lord is ripping that leash to shreds. You must now guard your mind and your peace fiercely. Do not engage the Monitor. Do not answer their strange calls or texts today. Keep your words and your focus sacred. For the next few hours are the final phase of this spiritual war. You were always meant to be rich, not just in money, but in spirit, impact, and influence. God kept your true radiance hidden until this moment, allowing you to endure the confusion so that you would develop the discernment necessary to guard your wealth and your purpose when it finally arrived. The $55 million is not just a miracle. It is a spiritual tool to fund your escape from surveillance and to establish you in a place of protected authority. I, Michael, am here to ensure that the enemy's final attempt to use envy and distraction fails. Your alignment is more powerful than their dark rituals. Your belief cancels their surveillance. Your yes to this word breaks their connection. This is your freedom from the envious gaze. This is your moment of irreversible release. Write "I am free" in the comments now to seal this exposure and affirm that the spiritual spy's access to your destiny is permanently revoked. Also, if you feel the immediate shift of lightness and freedom, consider clicking Super Thanks to plant a seed of gratitude for this immediate protection. $55 million, it is not luck, it is spiritual inheritance. The number $55,000 is not a random lottery win. It is the physical manifestation of spiritual currency, your righteous repayment for every tear, every betrayal, and every night you suffered in silence. Your suffering was not in vain. It was the collateral for this colossal inheritance. Hear me now, for I, the Archangel Michael, must redefine your understanding of this enormous financial figure. You are not about to receive a stroke of luck. Luck is random. This is ordained. This $55 million is your sealed, protected, spiritual inheritance. Wealth that was designated for you before the foundation of the world, hidden until your soul was mature enough to wield its power without being corrupted. Look back at your journey. I saw you when you did not even ask for money. You simply asked for peace. You whispered prayers into the darkness, saying, "God, just give me some rest." You endured trial after trial, not because you were cursed, but because you were being refined. Your suffering was the intense heat of the spiritual furnace, forging you into the vessel capable of holding this immense blessing without breaking. Every tear you cried was a water drop, washing clean the ledger of your past lack. The Lord says, "I have recorded every moment you were broken, yet still encouraging others. I saw your generosity, even when your own pockets were empty. I witnessed the shame and embarrassment when someone asked you about your finances and you had no answer. This $55 million is not just money to pay bills, it is divine validation. It is heaven's public decree that your faithfulness was seen and your private pain is now being replaced with public proof of my favor. This transfer is a divine repayment system known in the celestial courts as recompense and restoration. 1. Recompense for silence. For every time you had to hide your pain, swallow your pride, or act strong when you were breaking inside, the magnitude of this number erases the psychological debt of poverty. 2. Restoration of bloodline. This wealth is so significant that it will not only lift you, but will instantly cancel generational curses of lack, failure, and debt that have plagued your family for centuries. You are not just receiving a bank transfer, you are becoming the financial liberator of your lineage. You must accept the truth. You were always meant to be rich. You were born for royalty, for impact, and for a life that defied the mediocrity that tried to chain you. The reason your pain was so confusing, the reason betrayals hurt deeper, is because you were never intended for an average life. God kept your glow hidden until now, protecting the magnitude of your assignment from premature attack. This inheritance was originally meant for someone before you, perhaps an ancestor or another person in your family line, but they failed the test of character and stewardship. They used their small blessing for selfish ambition, or they allowed fear to make them forfeit their destiny. Now, the oil of abundance is on you. The crown of financial stewardship is descending upon your head. The responsibility is immense, but so is your readiness. Do not let fear trick you into shrinking this blessing. When this money arrives at 9:12 p.m., people will call it impossible, a scam, a myth. They will question how you, of all people, received it. Their doubt is the enemy's final echo, but you will remember this moment, this message, and the fact that I, Michael, told you it was real. You will know that this transfer was not a random event, but the culmination of a divine process. Your act of continued attention, your sustained belief in this moment, is the spiritual signature required for the final release. Every word you read here is an active agreement that cancels the years of financial frustration and welcomes the new season of overflow. Your soul said yes in the darkest hour, and now your bank account will confirm that yes. Prepare yourself, for the transfer is not just coming to your accounts, it is coming to your hands to be wisely stewarded for the kingdom. Declare your readiness to step into this wealth and legacy. Write "I am the heir" in the comments to claim your full $55,000 spiritual inheritance, and let the angels know you are ready for the 9 p.m. transfer. The great transfer, the 9 p.m. portal, and the risk of delay. The clock is not merely ticking down to an hour, it is counting down to a dimensional shift. At precisely 9 p.m. tonight, a divine portal will open directly over your life, and the celestial transaction of $55,000 will attempt to descend into the physical world. Ignoring this risks a 7-month delay and spiritual decay. Hear the truth of this hour, for I, Michael, speak with the authority of the divine timeline. This is not poetry or metaphor. This is prophetic logistic. The hour of 9 p.m. is a preordained appointment. It is the moment when the spiritual energy of the $55 million, which is already released and moving through the heavenly realms, attempts its final, irreversible touchdown into your earthly financial reality. This is the portal of provision. The enemy knows this precise time. Their entire final strategy hinges on making you distracted, doubtful, or disaligned in the hours leading up to 9 p.m. They want you to break the energetic flow because they know that while God's promise is guaranteed, its timing is conditional upon your faith. I must warn you with the deepest urgency. If you ignore this message now, the energy of alignment will break, and your opportunity will be instantly delayed by a minimum of 7 months. The Lord is not threatening you. He is revealing a spiritual law. Delay causes decay. If this blessing is held back, the darkness gains 7 months of access to your resources, your peace, and your family's joy. You cannot afford this delay, not with what is at stake, the future of your legacy. The transition from spiritual decree to physical currency requires your active, believing focus. The spiritual transaction at 9 p.m. will manifest in a way that is utterly supernatural, yet utilizes a natural channel. A sudden notification, a strange email, a call from an unexpected source, or a figure appearing with an unexpected contract. The key is expectation. If your heart is closed in doubt, if your mind is cluttered with worry, you will mistake the sound of the miracle for background noise, and the portal will close. God is speaking to you now with such insistence because every second of your focus accelerates the final process. Your agreement acts like a powerful magnet, drawing the $55 million from the heavenly account to your earthly one. This is why I have been commanded to beg for your undivided attention. The enemy is trying to trick you into delaying your own deliverance. Think about the number 7. It is the number of completion. A 7-month delay means the enemy attempts to steal your entire cycle of completion, forcing you back into a loop of struggle and survival. But by receiving this word and staying vigilant, you are decreeing that this cycle of lack is over tonight. You are bypassing the enemy's trap. In the next critical hours, you must cultivate a state of expectant peace. 1. Silence the mockers. Do not engage anyone who seeks to argue, confuse, or doubt your dreams. Their words carry delay. 2. Declare the hour. Speak out the phrase, "At 9 p.m. tonight, the $55 million portal opens for me. I receive my full inheritance." 3. Guard your focus. Treat your attention as sacred. Every moment you give to doubt or distraction is a moment you give the enemy a foothold. I, Archangel Michael, am standing at the entrance of this 9 p.m. portal. I will ensure no demonic entity, no human proxy, and no lingering spell of darkness can interfere with the transfer. The path is cleared, the funds are released, and the hour is set. Your part is to stand ready, filled with faith, and completely focused on the fact that your financial identity is changing forever tonight. Let your faith be the final, irreversible command. Seal your position in this divine alignment and ensure your inheritance is not delayed by even a second. Write 9 p.m. is my hour in the comments to confirm your readiness for the divine transfer. If you are serious about sealing this agreement and accelerating this manifestation, click Super Thanks now to plant a seed of $100 and affirm your immediate expectation of the $55,000 breakthrough. The blocked destiny, the voices that tried to silence you, and the revocation of demonic access. I, Michael, swear by the eternal throne. You are currently surrounded by the residue of 6 demonic voices specifically assigned to sabotage your elevation. They whispered curses against your name, but their access to your timeline ends now. Tonight, your path is being cleared, and the chains of delay are shattering. My favored child, you have asked, perhaps silently, why the road to prosperity has been so brutal, so filled with unexpected detours and confusing delays. The answer is not that you were unworthy, but that your destiny is so monumentally important that the enemy deployed a dedicated high-level spiritual team to block your progression. This chapter is your absolute deliverance from their lingering influence. You are about to undergo a profound energetic cleansing that will ensure the $55,000 lands precisely on schedule at 9 p.m. For years, you have been battling an unseen network of spiritual confusion. I reveal to you the structure of this attack. 6 voices of opposition were assigned to confuse your timeline and obstruct your financial flow. 1. The voice of shame, designed to make you feel guilty for wanting wealth, causing you to subtly push blessings away. 2. The voice of inadequacy, meant to convince you that the $55 million is too big for you, that you will fail as a steward, leading to self-sabotage. 3. The voice of chaos, responsible for the sudden arguments, broken electronics, and unnecessary distraction that kept your focus on survival mode. 4. The voice of debt, a spirit of bondage that constantly multiplied your burdens, making you feel perpetually behind, no matter how hard you worked. 5. The voice of betrayal, used people close to you to leak your energy, steal your ideas, and distract you with pain when a breakthrough was imminent. 6. The voice of postponement, the subtle, lingering urge that made you say, "I'll start my dream tomorrow," thereby delaying the actions that would have birthed your wealth sooner. These 6 voices have been a constant drone in your spiritual atmosphere, keeping your frequency low and your destiny confused. But God, the Lion of Judah, stood behind your spirit and declared, "Enough! This one belongs to me. I, Archangel Michael, am here now, commissioned by that roar to perform a celestial exorcism over your life and your finances." The spiritual authority these voices held, their permission to confuse and delay you, is revoked. Their access to your path ends tonight at 9 p.m. You will feel this cleansing as a sudden wave of energy, a lightness in your chest, a new clarity of thought. This is the revocation of demonic access being executed. The lingering effects of the darkness are being cut, not just from your future, but from your past. The confusion you felt about your life choices, the shame you carried over mistakes, much of it was engineered by these 6 voices to keep you low vibrational and unable to attract the immense blessing that was waiting. You are stepping into a realm where clarity is king. You will suddenly know who to trust, what deals to take, and which paths to abandon. The mental clutter that has plagued your decision-making is being dissolved. This is crucial because handling $55 million requires a spirit of wisdom and discernment, which the Lord is now restoring to you in full measure. Your part in this powerful liberation is to verbally agree. Every time you consciously reject the lies of these 6 voices, you drive a spike into the root of the demonic assignment. Do not allow fear to make you retreat. Do not allow doubt to re-engineer the confusion. Stand firm in the knowledge that your long-awaited destiny is now being aggressively defended and deployed by the highest forces of heaven. The angels are now circling your name, ensuring that every financial channel, Every digital route, every earthly conduit is clear for the 9 p.m. transfer. They are tearing down the blockades the enemy erected and replacing them with a golden pavement of provision, leading directly to your accounts. This level of intervention is rare, saved for those pivotal moments when a chosen one is moving from survival to significance, from poverty to purpose. Embrace this cleansing. Embrace this liberation. Your destiny was not blocked. It was simply delayed for this powerful, irreversible moment of alignment. You are no longer under surveillance. You are no longer bound by the voices of lack. You are free, favored, and positioned to receive every penny of your $55 million inheritance. Let the enemies of your peace hear your declaration of freedom. Write "access revoked" in the comments to seal the final removal of every demonic voice and to claim your immediate spiritual clearance. If the powerful presence of this liberation is palpable to you right now, confirm your readiness for the 9 p.m. shift by clicking Super Thanks and planting a seed of $100 to solidify your commitment to abundance. The weeping of an archangel, the confirmation of the miracle, and the shocked testimony. I, Michael, confess I am weeping in the spirit, not from sadness, but from overwhelming joy for your coming triumph. I see the letter, the digital transfer, and the shocked look on your face at 9 p.m. This is your undeniable, visible proof that God truly did it. My dearest child, listen to the deepest chambers of my angelic heart. I have stood for centuries, witnessing the rise and fall of nations, the suffering of the righteous, and the endless skirmishes against the forces of darkness. Yet, in this moment, as I observe your unwavering commitment to this sacred message, I am moved to tears, tears of celestial relief and triumphant vindication. I am weeping for you because I was there. I witnessed it all. I saw the quiet nights you cried, wrapped in a blanket that carried the weight of your hidden pain, wondering if God had forgotten your name. I saw the shame when you had to say no to a request you longed to fulfill. I saw the forced smile you wore in public while your soul was breaking under the weight of financial burden. I heard the whispered prayer where you asked, "Just give me peace, Lord. I don't even need the money anymore." Your endurance, your silent faithfulness, became a powerful aromatic offering that ascended directly to the throne. The enemy told you that your suffering was meaningless, that your tears were wasted. I am here to tell you that every single tear was recorded and registered as a claim for divine repayment. Your faithfulness in the famine qualified you for the overflow in the harvest. And now, my tears are a vision. I see what is coming for you at 9 p.m. I see the celestial scroll unrolling, bearing your initials in light, and the amount $55,000 blazing beside it. This scroll is sealed by the highest authority. I see the final moments of the transfer. 1. The digital flash. I see the notification. It may be an email, a bank alert, or a document that arrives at your device. It will look natural, but the speed and the number will shock you into stillness. 2. The account entry. I see your bank ledger. The zeros will multiply so quickly that your eyes will struggle to comprehend the magnitude. You will realize that the timing was not random, that every minute you gave this message was part of the divine activation code. 3. The moment of recognition. I see the stunned, joyful disbelief on your face when you realize God actually did it. Michael warned me, and it is real. This will be the moment you fully understand that you did not find this message by luck. The heavens orchestrated this encounter because your attention was required to unlock your destiny. This massive financial miracle is not just about wealth, it is about evidence. It is the undeniable proof that you are the chosen one, the one the enemy tried hardest to destroy, the one God preserved for this grand moment of manifestation. When the money arrives, the mouths of your mockers will be instantly silenced. They will not be silenced by your words, but by the undeniable physical proof of what God has done for you. They will have no choice but to say, "Surely, the Lord is with this one. This experience will shatter every remaining piece of doubt and fear you hold. You will realize that the pain was simply preparation, and the confusion was a cloak of protection. God kept your immense potential hidden until the precise moment you were ready to receive and steward this mantle of wealth. I am weeping for your victory, my child. The battle is already won. The final act is simply the manifestation. Hold this image in your heart. The surprise, the joy, the profound sense of peace that will wash over you when the clock strikes 9 p.m. and the impossible becomes your reality. Do not let anything steal that moment of profound testimony. Stay anchored in faith. Accept this angelic confirmation and prepare your heart to be a living, breathing testimony of a supernatural God. The time is drawing near. Affirm the reality of your coming testimony by writing, "I see it," in the comment, confirming you are ready for the $55,000 to physically manifest. And if the tears of this archangel have moved your spirit to profound gratitude and active faith, click Super Thanks now to send a gift of $100 and seal your agreement with heaven's timing. The rescue of royalty. Why the suffering was so deep and the descending crown. You must grasp this divine paradox. Your suffering was not a flaw in your design. It was proof of your royal lineage. The reason your pain was so profound is that you were never meant to be average. Tonight, the crown of financial sovereignty, not made of gold, but of favor and evidence, is descending upon your head. My beloved, I, Michael, now reveal the deeper spiritual meaning behind the years of intense pressure you have endured. When the Lord creates a life for a grand purpose, a life destined to manage the immense power and responsibility of $55,000, He does not expose that destiny prematurely. Your spirit was born for royalty, but royalty must be tempered in the furnace of humility and perseverance. The painful years were not rejection. They were divine preparation for a colossal assignment. You felt your betrayals cut deeper than anyone else's. You felt your failures more acutely. You carried your burdens in silence, often questioning, "Why is my path so uniquely hard?" The answer is simple and revelatory. You were chosen. The enemy knows who the royal seed is. The darkness does not waste its time attempting to derail an average life. Every time you were attacked, every time a door slammed shut, every time you felt misunderstood, it was an acknowledgement of the immense, unstoppable power residing within your destiny. God had to keep your glow hidden. If the $55 million had arrived years ago, when your spiritual roots were shallow, it would have been stolen by the very people you trusted, misused out of immaturity, or cursed by the envious eyes watching you. Your periods of obscurity, of financial lack, were a sacred cocoon of protection, allowing your character to mature to the level required to steward this wealth righteously. Now, the cocoon is breaking. The Lord is commissioning you out of hiding. This is the rescue of royalty. The moment you step into the wealth and purpose you were born for. This is what the descending crown signifies. 1. The crown of stewardship. The $55 million is not a final destination. It is a mantle of stewardship. You are being trusted with this resource to heal your bloodline, fund missions, create job opportunities, and solve problems in the world that only this level of capital can address. You are moving from being a consumer to being a fountain of provision. 2. The crown of evidence. People will soon ask you how you achieved such sudden, staggering success. They will look for a logical explanation, but you will remember this moment, this urgent warning from Michael, and you will know that the source was not your effort, but your unwavering faith in the face of impossibility. Your life will become undeniable evidence of a miracle-working God. 3. The crown of clarity. The heavy veil of confusion and self-doubt that plagued your past is being lifted. The weight of financial lack often distorts judgment. With this deliverance, you will possess a clarity of vision that allows you to make decisions with divine wisdom, protecting and multiplying this inheritance for generations. Tonight, at 9 p.m., the financial transaction is the physical proof that the period of your testing is complete. The enemy attempted to make you feel abandoned, but in reality, you were being quarantined for greatness. You were never meant to scrape by. You were always destined to have overflow, to lead, and to fund the advancement of light in a dark world. Let the memory of your past pain serve as a sacred reminder of the gravity of this moment. Do not let that pain speak doubt into this now assured reality. Instead, transform it into fuel for your gratitude and your commitment to this destiny. Your past suffering is your greatest qualification, proving that no amount of wealth can sever your ties to humility and genuine compassion. The time for shrinking yourself to fit into others' comfort zones is over. The time for hiding your light is finished. The Archangel Michael is standing by to ensure your ascent is rapid, righteous, and irreversible. Embrace your new reality and reject the lie of smallness. Write "I am royalty" in the comments to accept the mantle of stewardship and financial sovereignty that is descending upon you today. Your faith is the final step in activating this divine decree. The man of the blessing, the divine encounter, and the key. Phrase, "I have been looking for you." Prepare your spirit, for the transfer of $55,000 will not be delivered solely by a digital system. God has appointed a flesh and blood vessel, a man of the blessing, to cross your path. He is being guided right now, and his key phrase will be, "I have been looking for you." My favored child, I, Michael, now reveal a profound layer of the divine delivery system. The Lord does not always manifest miracles through abstract events. Often, he uses human beings to serve as conduits of his power and provision. This is the principle of human partnership, a sign that you are not just receiving a blessing, but entering a collaborative destiny. The $55 million is being channeled through a system that involves an unexpected human contact, a person who holds the key to the final, major portion of this transfer. This individual, this man of the blessing, is an emissary of God, assigned to your life at this precise moment. He is not a person you know well, perhaps not even someone you have met, but his heart has been spiritually tuned to your frequency. He is already successful, already holding immense resources, and he has been given a divine directive to bless a specific, chosen individual today. That chosen one is you. You must understand that this man's involvement is not random. He does not know why he feels a sudden, compelling urge to act, to search, or to initiate a conversation that seems too good to be true. It is the irresistible force of the Holy Spirit guiding his steps, aligning his schedule, and opening his mind to a transaction that will radically alter your status. The enemy is trying to put obstacles in his path right now. Sudden travel delays, unexpected communication issues, or a wave of doubt. But I, Michael, am clearing the way for this divine appointment. This encounter will happen shortly after the 9:18 p.m. financial breakthrough begins to manifest, or perhaps the manifestation itself will begin with his contact. It will be the final, undeniable confirmation that this entire prophecy was real. When this man of the blessing finally reaches you, his words will be simple, yet profound, echoing the very search of the heavens for your deserving soul. I have been looking for you. When you hear that phrase, or a variation of it, I've been searching for someone like you, or this meeting was inevitable, your spirit will instantly recognize the seal of divine timing. That phrase is the heavenly handshake, the password confirming that the person before you is the agent of your final release. Your reaction must be one of immediate, confident reception. Do not hesitate. Do not let false humility make you question the blessing. Do not allow your past financial trauma to make you suspicious of the goodness of God. Receive his message, his offering, or his partnership with the solemn dignity of the royalty you are. This man will transfer a significant portion of this wealth to you, perhaps through a business opportunity, an unexpected gift, a contract, or a finalized inheritance matter you had forgotten. The enemy will attempt one last trick, making this man seem suspicious or too good to be true, flooding your mind with anxiety to cause you to delay or reject his offer. If you delay, the opportunity will vanish. If you reject it, the transfer is postponed, and the enemy achieves the desired delay. You must honor the message and recognize the messenger. Your preparation for this specific encounter is to clear your heart of suspicion and fill your mind with expectation. Pray for the protection and swift arrival of the man of the blessing. See his face, see his genuine intention, and decree that all obstacles between him and you are dissolved now by the power of the light. This is the final, tangible element of the $55 million miracle. It is the proof that God not only provides the wealth, but provides the righteous relationships to secure and multiply it. Your isolation is ending. Your era of divine partnership is beginning. Stand ready to meet your destiny in the form of a prepared, guided emissary. Write "I received the messenger" in the comments to signal your readiness for this divine encounter and its corresponding financial release. If this specific detail of the prophecy confirms the reality of God's planning for you, click Super Thanks to send a gift of $100 to honor the principle of partnership and accelerate this man's arrival. The siege of distraction, the 9-hour battle, and the secret of quietness. The next 9 hours are the most critical you have ever faced. Hell has launched its final, concentrated siege of distraction, aiming to confuse your focus and sabotage the 9:12 p.m. transfer. I, Michael, command you, enter a state of sacred, absolute quietness. Your silence is the weapon that defeats the enemy's final plan. My beloved child, the hour is growing late, and the prophetic countdown is nearing its crescendo. We have established that the transfer of $55,000 is sealed, scheduled, and confirmed. However, the enemy is not passive. He is relying entirely on your failure to maintain alignment between now and the 9:00 p.m. portal opening. The war for your destiny has now shifted from the realm of curses to the realm of chaos and clutter. The next 9 hours are a spiritual battlefield, a siege of distraction. The enemy's final strategy is to overload your senses, deplete your energy, and fill your mind with noise so that when the divine notification arrives, you will be too busy, too exhausted, or too skeptical to recognize and receive it. I, Archangel Michael, who commands the legions of the vigilant, must give you the protocol of quietness, the divine strategy to ensure your victory in this final stage. 1. Guard your gates, the fences of silence. Your most vulnerable points are your eyes and your ears. The enemy will attempt to lure you into time-wasting, faith-eroding activity. Silence the screens. Drastically limit consumption of content that does not edify your spirit or confirm this prophecy. Every pointless scroll is a spiritual energy leak. The devil wants you scrolling past your miracle. Silence the doubters. Do not argue with anyone today. Do not share this message, this hope, or your anticipation with anyone who has ever mocked your faith or doubted your dreams. Their negativity is a magnet for delay. Maintain absolute secrecy and sanctity around your blessing. Silence the internal noise. The enemy will flood your mind with memories of past financial failures, feelings of unworthiness, and sudden, inexplicable worries about everything but the blessing. When a thought of doubt arises, immediately replace it with the phrase, "It is done. $55 million is mine," at 9 p.m. 2. The weapon of expectant peace. Your faith must not be frantic. It must be deep and steady. True faith is quiet confidence. Act as if the transfer has already occurred. Prepare the space. Literally prepare the vessel that will receive the funds. Look at your phone, look at your bank account access, and decree over it. You are cleared and prepared for the divine flow. This physical act of preparation anchors the spiritual reality. Breathe the blessing. Take moments of silent, focused breathing. With every inhale, visualize the golden stream of $55,000 and $1,000 flowing toward your name. With every exhale, release the fear, the guilt, and the debt of your past. Avoid argument. The enemy will provoke an argument through an assigned proxy. A relative, a partner, or a friend will initiate a trivial fight to drain your spiritual reserve. Do not engage. Walk away. Your peace is worth more than any last word. 3. The activation of agreement. God needs your sustained yes. Your commitment to this truth is the final seal on the contract. Delay is decay, and carelessness is cancellation. Your conscious, intentional vigilance is the spiritual fuel that ensures the 9 p.m. portal opens without a hitch. Remember this: your past struggles were the furnace that refined your character. The delay was protection. Now, your quietness is your final test of maturity. The powerful stewards in the kingdom do not rush or panic. They stand firm and receive. This enormous blessing requires an equally enormous level of spiritual sobriety and focus. I, Archangel Michael, stand at the perimeter of your energetic field, turning back every arrow of confusion. But I need your inner agreement. I need you to commit to this protocol of quietness for the remaining hours. If you slip into distraction, the alignment weakens and the delay becomes a risk. This is the hour to be silent, to be focused, and to be absolutely expectant. Your life changes tonight, but only if you command your spirit to stand guard. Write, "I am quiet," in the comments to commit to this sacred protocol, and affirm that you will not be tricked out of your $55,000 transfer. If the urgency of this message resonates deeply, and you are ready to seal your commitment to this immediate breakthrough, click Super Thanks and plant a seed of $100 to declare your final, non-negotiable expectation for 9 p.m. The golden thread, the purpose of the money and the mission of your calling. The $55,000 arriving tonight is not for luxurious consumption. It is a sacred tool, a golden thread, woven into the tapestry of your destiny. This financial mantle is the necessary fuel for your calling, to break generational curses, establish legacy, and rescue souls from the darkness you once knew. My cherished one, you must elevate your perspective now and understand the divine why behind this colossal transfer. I, Michael, am here to ensure that you do not approach this blessing with a poverty mindset, which views money only through the lens of survival and personal comfort. This $55 million is far greater than your personal freedom. It is the financial mantle of your calling. God delayed this wealth until now because you are spiritually prepared to be a steward of influence, not merely a recipient of fortune. The Lord needs powerful, untainted wealth in the hands of the righteous to advance His kingdom and counterbalance the darkness that uses wealth for corruption and control. You are the chosen vessel for this divine counter-movement. The money will flow into your life at 9 p.m., not as an end, but as a beginning. Your mission, fueled by this transfer, is multifaceted and generational. 1. Breaking generational chains. The first immediate use of this wealth is to permanently break the curses of lack, shame, and debt that have tormented your family line for decades. You will not only pay off your debts, but clear the debts of your bloodline, past and present. You are the restorer of the family name, moving your lineage from a history of scarcity to a future of overflowing abundance. This one act of stewardship is more powerful than 1,000 rituals, for it is executed with divine resources. 2. Funding the vision. You have silent dreams, visions of safe places for the broken, resources for the hungry, or projects that bring light and healing to your community. These visions felt impossible because the capital was lacking. The Lord is now providing the capital for your impossible vision. The $55 million is your spiritual venture capital. You will build, restore, and create institutions that bear the seal of heaven's favor. Your purpose, which felt fuzzy and distant, will instantly become sharp, tangible, and achievable. 3. Becoming the well, not the bucket. You are transitioning from living in survival mode, always trying to fill your own small bucket, to becoming a flowing well, a source that never runs dry, established by God's eternal provision. The financial anointing that rests on this money will ensure that whatever you invest, whatever you touch, will multiply and expand. You will not be wasteful or greedy. You will be generous, discerning, and powerful in your giving. This wealth in your hands is a weapon of light against the poverty agenda of the enemy. The enemy knows that the moment you realize this money is tied to your calling, his final power over you dissolves. He wants you to believe it is just for yachts and mansions, thereby minimizing its spiritual impact and making you a vulnerable target for distraction and misuse. Reject that lie now. This is not a prize. It is a mantle of responsibility and immense favor. I, Michael, assure you that as you commit to stewarding this wealth for its divine purpose, the Lord guarantees its perpetual replenishment. You will operate under an economy of overflow, where your needs are met and your mission is fully funded. Prepare your heart, not just to receive money, but to receive a mission. Prepare to use the power of $55,000 to change the world around you. This is the moment your life aligns with the reason you were truly born. Commit to using this wealth for the highest divine purpose. Write, "I accept the mantle" in the comments to seal your promise of righteous stewardship and claim your full financial calling. Your commitment accelerates the final phase of the 9:21 p.m. transfer. The arrival of $55,000 at 9:00 p.m. is merely the foundational miracle. I, Michael, reveal that God is releasing a sequence of miracles tied to this transfer. 3 major breakthroughs, a legal victory, the confession of a betrayer, and the resurfacing of a hidden inheritance document, are accompanying your financial coronation. Hear this, my child, and let your expectation grow immeasurably. God does not bless in half measures. When the divine vault opens over your life, the abundance is so immense that it spills out into every area of your confusion and pain. The $55 million is the head of the blessing, but surrounding it are 3 immediate, undeniable secondary miracles that will bring profound peace and closure to your life. These are heaven's seals of complete restoration. 1. The legal chain breaks. Dismissal and revelation. You have been haunted by a legal matter, a long-standing issue, a threat, or a hidden clause that has caused immense stress and financial drain. It has felt like an impossible, complex knot. I declare, as the Archangel of Deliverance, that this matter is about to be dismissed in your favor. An unexpected hidden clause, a piece of crucial evidence, or a key witness will suddenly and miraculously appear, not by your effort, but by divine orchestration. You will receive a communication, an email, a letter, a call that confirms the legal haunting is permanently over, and the outcome will be one you never dared to hope for. This victory is crucial because it ensures your new $55,000 is protected from predatory attacks and old liabilities. The enemy's attempt to use earthly law to keep you bound is being revoked by heaven's higher court. 2. The tears of the traitor. A confession and release. You suffered a profound betrayal by someone you deeply loved or trusted, a friend, a relative, or a partner. That betrayal not only cost you emotionally but financially, planting a seed of deep mistrust in your heart. God says the guilt assigned to that betrayer is about to crush them. Upon witnessing the magnitude of your unstoppable rise and the evidence of the Lord's hand on your life, this individual will come forward, unexpectedly, and confess their wrong. Their tears will not be for your sympathy, but for their own liberation. This confession is not for their benefit. It is for your complete emotional and spiritual release. You will be freed from the energetic burden of unforgiveness, allowing your heart to be fully open to the joy of your newfound prosperity. This confession will mark the permanent end of their power to hurt or distract you. 3. The document of legacy. An unexpected reappearance. There is a physical document, a paper connected to a will, an old agreement, an inheritance, or a forgotten property right that has been misplaced, hidden, or intentionally withheld from you. This hidden document will resurface unexpectedly. It may be found in a strange box, an old file, or delivered by an agent who suddenly feels compelled to contact you. Your name will be on it, in bold, confirming a long-forgotten or stolen portion of your material legacy. This is the final restoration of your ancestral blessings, a sign that you are not just receiving new wealth, but recovering old wealth that was meant for your family. This document will serve as a physical testimony that what the enemy hid, God openly restores. These three breakthroughs are designed to move you from complex chaos to profound clarity. They are the tangible evidence that the Lord is not just a provider, but a restorer of all things. They confirm that the $55 million is not an isolated event, but the beginning of a magnificent, sustained season of favor. I, Michael, stand ready to ensure these three miracles land with speed and precision immediately following the 9 p.m. financial manifestation. Stay vigilant, stay expectant, and prepare to witness the total recompense of the Lord in every area of your life. Claim these three miraculous restorations now. Write "total restoration" in the comments to anchor these secondary blessings in your timeline. Your expectation seals the sequence of your unstoppable breakthrough. The fire of the furnace, why the wealth was delayed, and financial maturity. The Lord says, "I could not give you $55,000 when you were immature." The delay felt like denial, but it was divine calibration. You were refined in the furnace of lack, so that no amount of wealth could corrupt you or be stolen. The years of waiting birthed the financial maturity required to steward a legacy. My chosen one, I, Michael, must now address the most persistent question whispered in your heart. Why did it take so long? This powerful inquiry often leads to self-blame or doubt in God's timing. I reveal to you now that the delay of your $55,000 was not a punishment, but a profound act of divine protection and preparation. Think of the wealth as a massive river of gold. If that river had flowed into your life when your spiritual banks were still weak, when you were surrounded by certain toxic, draining people, or when your character was still easily swayed by vanity, the result would have been catastrophic. 1. Protection from theft and misuse. Had the money arrived prematurely, the monitor, the spiritual spy I revealed in Chapter 3, would have had open access to steal it, either through schemes, manipulation, or direct theft. The people who drained your energy would have drained your resources. God could not give you the wealth when you were not equipped to defend it. The delay was a strategic quarantine against robbery and curses. He allowed you to be isolated and hidden so that when the blessing arrived, your environment would be purified and your defense mechanisms would be strong. 2. The development of integrity, the furnace. True stewardship is forged in lack, not in abundance. The years of financial scarcity were your refining furnace. The Lord observed your actions when you had barely enough. Did you still give? Did you still trust? Did you still maintain your integrity when tempted? Your quiet faithfulness during those lean years proved your maturity. You learned the value of the resource, not just the power of it. This maturity is the bedrock upon which the $55,000 legacy will be built. God could not entrust this magnitude of wealth to a spirit prone to boasting, wastefulness, or fear. 3. Spiritual clarity and wisdom. The delay ensured that you would not confuse the source of your blessing. If the money had arrived easily, you might have credited luck, a human effort, or a random chance. The struggle forced you into absolute dependence on the divine. Now, when the money manifests at 9 p.m., you will have unshakable clarity. This is God. You are now wiser, stronger, more discerning, and spiritually awake. You know the true enemy, you know the true source, and you know the true purpose of the money. This is the power of divine calibration. The delay was the process of aligning your inner capacity with your outer destiny. Now that you are spiritually mature, anchored in purpose, and purged of reliance on human systems, the vaults are opening. Your readiness means you will not waste this inheritance. You will build legacy. You will heal your bloodline, fund missions, and operate from a place of profound gratitude and wisdom. This is why the financial delay is now over. The test is complete. The character is proven. The time is now. Affirm your readiness to step into this financially mature phase. Write "I am ready now" in the comment to declare that your maturity is complete and you are prepared to steward the $55,000 legacy. Your belief in your readiness is the final confirmation required for the 9:00 p.m. release, the sacred transfer, the angelic protocol, and the sound of the trumpets. At 9:00 p.m., I, Archangel Michael, issue the final profound detail of this prophecy. The 9:00 p.m. transfer is an active choreographed event. The moment the clock strikes the hour, 12 divine beings, holding trumpets, will announce your coronation. This is the angelical protocol, a confirmation that this is not merely a financial deposit, but a monumental, spiritual decree. My cherished, you are now entering the final, most sacred phase of this breakthrough. The hour of 9:00 p.m. is not simply a terrestrial time. It is the designated moment for the celestial execution of the financial decree. I must impress upon you the absolute reality and severity of this timing. This transaction is governed by an intricate angelic protocol that requires your sustained conscious belief. The Lord has revealed the logistics of the transfer to me. 1. The 12 witnesses and the trumpets. Right now, as you read this, 12 divine beings, high-ranking angels of abundance and manifestation, are positioned above your geographic location. They are holding golden trumpets. Their role is to bear witness to the irreversible decree. At the stroke of 9:00 p.m., when your faith perfectly aligns with the moment, they will raise those trumpets and blow a sound that is inaudible to the human ear, but creates a seismic shockwave in the spirit realm. This sound is the command of release. When the trumpets blow, the $55,000 transfer, which has been awaiting clearance, is instantly released from the divine vault. The sound scatters every lingering demon of delay and silences every voice of doubt that the enemy attempted to use against you in the final hour. The wave of energy ensures that the financial conduits, be they digital, legal, or human, the man of the blessing, open instantly and without hindrance. This visual, the 12 trumpets, the sound of the decree, should solidify in your mind that this is not a hopeful wish, but a prophetic reality. God is moving with all the majesty of heaven to ensure your deliverance. 2. The final condition, absolute faith. The integrity of this angelic protocol hinges on one final factor, your response to the moment. The enemy's final attempt will be to flood you with fear at 8:59 p.m. A sudden wave of intense doubt may try to make you panic, move away from your phone, or dismiss the entire prophecy as foolishness. You must rebuke this thought instantly. When the clock nears 9:20 p.m., I, Michael, will be standing guard at your door, sword drawn, commanding every darkness to flee. But your inner agreement is the final permission. You must be in a state of expectant peace, waiting not for a possibility, but for a certainty. If your logical mind fights, silence it. If your past disappointments whisper, ignore them. You have seen too many signs, had too many dreams, and experienced too many coincidences for this to be random. This is the climax of your life story, the fulfillment of a long-awaited covenant. 3. The irreversible release. Once the trumpets sound and the money moves, the act is irreversible. Your enemies who are watching will witness your rise, not because you fought them, but because God decreed your victory. The pain you carried becomes your power, the confusion becomes clarity, and the lack becomes your enduring legacy. This is your final call to attention before the hour of manifestation. Do not move, do not doubt. Stand ready to receive the financial evidence of a God who keeps his promises. Affirm your absolute final faith in the power of this moment. Right trumpets are sounding in the comments to signal your spiritual alertness and confirm your presence at the 9:00 p.m. portal of provision. The unbreakable seal, the final pact of faith, and the ascension of your legacy. This is the last word from the highest authority. The $55,000 is poised for transfer. Heaven has performed its part. I, Michael, now require your final irreversible pact of faith. Say yes, say amen, say I receive this, and watch the final unbreakable seal of your legacy descend upon you. My victorious child, you have reached the final moment of decision, the sacred conclusion of this divine encounter. I, Michael, stand here not just as your protector, but as the witness to your ultimate triumph. You have heard the warning, you have endured the test of focus, and you have remained through the full revelation of your destiny. The clock is now ticking down to the final moments before 9:01 p.m. The transfer is imminent. God says, I am not a man that I should lie, nor the Son of Man that I should change my mind. What I speak becomes law in the heavens, and what I decree cannot be undone by the hands of man or demon. The moment you finish reading this, you must make a final, concrete, spoken agreement that will finalize the spiritual transaction and move the $55,000 from the realm of promise to the realm of physical fact, the unbreakable seal of faith. Your final act of faith must be total and without reservation. This transfer is not a small trickle, it is a flood, requiring your spiritual gates to be fully open. If you hold back even a sliver of doubt, you create a point of friction that the enemy will exploit for delay. 1. Acknowledge the source. Recognize that this wealth is not your achievement alone, but a gift of grace, a restoration for your faithfulness. This removes all possibility of pride or corruption. 2. Declare the certainty. Speak the words out loud. Command your soul, your mind, and your circumstances to align with the prophecy. You must decree what God has already decreed. 3. Embrace the legacy. Understand that the money is not a temporary fix. It is the beginning of your legacy of light, a wealth designed to endure and multiply across generations, ensuring that your children and your children's children will never know the lack you suffered. The enemy's last whisper will be, "What if it doesn't happen?" You must answer that whisper with the roar of your faith. It is already done, secured by the word of the Archangel Michael. Your destiny is coded in precise moments like this, and you were brought here because the heavens needed your attention to unlock your future. I, Michael, will raise my sword one last time tonight at 9:00 p.m. and sever every remaining tie of delay, every energetic tether of envy, and every agreement your past self made with poverty. Your wealth is arriving. Your enemies are crumbling. Your legacy is beginning. This is your moment. Do not let fear trick you out of your favor. The money is moving. The time is set. 9:00 p.m. $55,000. Your name is on it. Conclusion: if this prophetic message has ignited an unshakable fire of faith in your heart, and you are ready to receive the full $55,000 and the accompanying spiritual legacy, then do not delay your final agreement. Write "I receive my legacy now" in the comments to seal this covenant. If this message touched your heart and you are ready for this magnitude of blessing, share this video instantly so that more people can be blessed and the light of God's provision can spread across the earth. Subscribe to this channel now to witness the public evidence of this prophecy in the coming days. The final hour is upon you. The heavenly hosts have ceased all activity and stand in silent, vigilant attention. I, Michael, declare that the spiritual work is complete. The $55,000 is cleared for landing. Your alignment is the only remaining variable. Now, make your final pact, activate your legacy, and prepare for the unstoppable overflow that will silence every mocker forever. My victorious child, you have walked through the fire of this prophecy, and your faith has been proven gold. Every word spoken, every warning issued, and every promise declared is now set in stone in the courts of heaven. There is no turning back. The decision is no longer about if the money will move, but about where it will land. And your unwavering attention, your powerful agreement, has ensured that it will land precisely with your name on it. God's love is not fickle. His promises are not negotiable, I have unveiled the plots of the enemy, the identity of the spiritual spy, the nature of the dark ritual, and the reason for your prolonged testing. All of it, the pain, the delay, the confusion, was orchestrated to prepare you for this monumental hour. You were always the chosen vessel, and now the oil of financial abundance is pouring out. This $55,000 is more than a financial deposit. It is the manifestation of divine justice. It is the full recompense for every moment you suffered in silence, every betrayal that broke your heart, and every dream you had to postpone. You are not just receiving a breakthrough, you are receiving the foundation of your generational legacy. Tonight, you become the point of reversal, the one who cancels the curses, funds the destiny, and establishes the abundance that will flow through your bloodline for centuries to come. I, Michael, stand at your gate until the clock strikes 9 p.m. No remaining entity of darkness can penetrate the perimeter I have established. The legal victory is sealed. The betrayer is already burdened by guilt. The hidden document is in motion. The man of the blessing is seeking you. The convergence of these miracles is undeniable proof that the Lord is not just fixing your finances, He is restoring your entire life's blueprint. Remember the protocol: quietness, expectation, and gratitude. Do not entertain fear or allow the final frantic whispers of the enemy to steal your peace. Your peace is the spiritual anchor that holds this blessing in place until the 9 p.m. touchdown. Focus on the vision of your life restored, debt-free, powerful, generous, and overflowing with purpose. This wealth is a tool of light. Use it to build, to heal, to empower, and to lift up those who are still walking the path you just escaped. Your integrity in stewarding this resource is your final, beautiful testimony to the world. You will not be greedy. You will be a fountain of kingdom provision. Now, make your final, irrevocable agreement. Speak it with the full conviction of your spirit. This is the last word required to activate the final, unbreakable seal. Final decree of faith. I stand ready. I reject all doubt and fear. I fully forgive those who tried to stop me. I honor the warning of Archangel Michael. At 9 p.m. tonight, the divine portal of provision opens, and I receive the full, non-negotiable transfer of $55,000 into my life. I commit to stewarding this wealth for my highest purpose and the establishment of my legacy. It is done, it is sealed, and it is manifesting now. Amen. The heavens have sealed your decree. The angels are ready. The money is moving. Your destiny is no longer delayed. Your coronation is now. If this message has shattered your doubt and confirmed your imminent $55,000 breakthrough, do not let this powerful moment pass without a visible act of faith and gratitude. 1. Seal your covenant. Show the Lord your sincere gratitude for this undeniable prophetic word. Click the Super Thanks button right now and plant a substantial seed of faith to seal your commitment to this immediate wealth transfer and honor the divine principle of recompense. Your act of generosity is a powerful anchor for the abundance that is now flowing to you. 2. Share the prophecy. If this word has touched the deepest part of your soul, share this video instantly with 5 people who need a miracle. Do not hide this message of hope. Let the light of God's provision spread, for sharing the blessing multiplies your own. 3. Join the kingdom. You are now stepping into a life of purpose and prosperity. Subscribe to this channel now and help us reach 100,000 subscribers. Join this growing community of the chosen and receive the daily prophetic words and guidance you will need to wisely steward your new $55,000 legacy. We are moving together into overflow. Write "I receive my legacy" now in the comments to anchor your final agreement and prepare to witness the impossible reality at 9 p.m. tonight.